to my channel. Today I am so proud to introduce something that I'm sure we've all seen and something that we know comes out with a new product at least every week, or at least it feels like that. So today we're going to be trying out the new ColourPop Tinkerbell collection. Now this is not your ordinary everyday collection. It's not going to be colors that you gravitate to on every single normal basis. These are very unique colors, mostly with the greens for the Tinkerbell, but the packaging, definitely a 10 out of 10. So we have one palette that does come with a mirror on it. Nice size mirror. We have 3 of the Super Shock blushes. Wrong one. 3 blushes. And then we have 2 lippies. And then we have 3 Super Shock shadows. And we have 2 eyeliner pencils. Oops, sorry. My hair is falling out everywhere. So we have a green one and a brown one. That's what came in the collection. So we're going to try and do a nice, simple eye look out of this. I want to gravitate towards the greens. I'm not sure if anybody's done any reviews or anything like this online yet, but green would be something that probably is getting done the most. But I'm going to try and do something that kind of goes with my outfit a little bit more instead of green, because green's not going to match. In the video my shirt looks very red, but it's more of a real dark maroon, so the lighting or the camera is making it look a little different for some reason, but we're just going to roll with it. So I'm going to try and do a look that kind of complements my shirt a little bit better. So I'm going to prime my face and everything and get it all ready, and then I'm going to come back and then we're going to start on the eye look. Okay guys, I'm back. Eyebrows are done, which I typically do last, but I did them for sake of time because I'm still not very good at figuring out how to edit videos, so forgive me. But eyebrows are done, primer is on. Now I'm just going to go in. I love to set the primer on my eyelids, and since there is a very light color in here, I'm going to go in with this first color, which is called Second Star, and I'm going to use that to set my eye primer, since it's not super pigmented, and give a little bit of a transition shade there too. See, not really a lot of color. So I mean, I'm sure if you have very pale skin it would be much darker, but it's not for me. And I'm sure if you had darker skin tone, it probably would show up better on the darker skin tone because it's such a light color. Next, I'm going to go into Big Magic, which is over here on the other side. And we're going to use that to start building up some color. So I'm going to take that through my actual crease, and I'm sticking with the same fluffy brush because it will go above my crease a little bit automatically, so I still don't lose that color when I close my eyes or when my eyes are in a resting position, because see how hooded they are? You can't really see any of my mobile lid. So using a fluffier crease brush automatically helps transfer the color up a little bit higher, especially if you're having a hard time determining where you should start an actual crease for hooded eyes and where your actual crease really is. Now, this one has a little bit of payoff. Again, not super pigmented. But it looks like you can build it up a little bit. So that's nice, especially if you're a beginner, because it's easier to add than it is to take away, that's for sure. Now I'm just going to kind of bring this around into the corner here of my eye, just to kind of darken that up a little bit more too. Since this is not an extremely pigmented color, I don't know if you can see that, but now I just want to darken this crease up some more on the corner here, just for some more dimension. And I'm still with Big Magic. It's a very beautiful color, that's for sure. Especially if you don't like extremely intense colors. Like if we're looking at the greens in here, we can definitely tell that they're going to be very intense. Oh, see? That's just a little dab. So the greens are very, very, very bold compared to these mauve colors that you can build up a lot more and take your time, especially with blending. That's my thing. When I do my makeup, it takes me the longest to just blend everything out. Okay, so not extremely dark payoff for the mauve colors, but still very nice. You could just leave it like this, do a little liner, do maybe a little wing, little half lash, full lash, and the rest of your face, and call it a day, and this would still be a really beautiful color. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to go into the Super Shock shadow, and I'm really, first of all, purple is my favorite color. But I tend to like to wear eyeshadows that kind of go with whatever I'm wearing that day. So if it's brown, it could be any colors. I love colors. I love neutrals. I love everything. But I try to go with colors that complement my outfit a little bit. So we're going to go into Never Grown Up. Look at how stunning this is. It is gorgeous. I have already swatched these. They are amazing, and this is so soft like butter. I can't even tell you. Look at the pigment on this. It's absolutely stunning. So I'm going to take this color and I'm going to kind of pat it more onto the crease. I like to use my finger when it comes to shimmers. This way they're not super, super foiled and super, super dark. But I still get payoff from them versus a dry brush too, which is completely your choice on, you know, how you like to put them on and, you know, how dark you like your colors. And I'm still bringing it up a little bit higher, like I brought up the other colors, because again, like I said, with my hooded eyes, I don't want to lose this beautiful color when I close my eyes, because it is so stunning. I'm just in love with this color. I think this might be my favorite color out of the entire collection. I mean, look at how beautiful that shimmer is. Gorgeous, simply gorgeous. Now the next color I want to go into is this one down here, and it's called Place Between. Now I know it looks more like a mauvey purple, but when you actually swatch it, it kind of has more of a gold shimmer to it. instead of a mauvey color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that right in the middle of my eye, right next to the shimmer we just put on, but just in the middle there, kind of patting the two together and blending them in with each other. But I don't want to take it all the way in. I want to leave about a third open right here because of my hooded eyes. I like to kind of have a lighter color there, so it makes like my eyes are more open. And then I'm going to go into another Super Shock. And this one is called Fly to Your Heart. And they all have the cutest names too. And this one is more of a champagne color, almost like a highlighter. So I'm going to take this one. See? Nice and light, but still shimmery. And I'm going to take that right on the inner third of my eye, blending into place between. Oh, look at how gorgeous that is. So beautiful. And these shimmers, they just blend like no tomorrow. I can't even tell you how easy they are to blend. So I'm just going to swirl my original blending brush that we used for Second Star and Big Magic. Give it a little swirl in there, tap it off. And I'm just going to go back up here above my crease in my corner and just blend it up a little bit. Make sure that there's no harshness. And that's it. So far, that looks absolutely stunning. I'm going to go catch the other eye up, and then we'll come back and we're going to take a look at the liners. And I'm going to finish the rest of my face with my foundation and everything like that. And we're going to check out the blush and the lipsticks also. So I'll be back after I catch everything else up. Alright guys, complexion almost done. Caught up the other eye. This is the look that we have so far. Very nice. I actually really like it. Not too dark, not too light. Just kind of a perfect everyday look that I made out of this so far. So next we're going to go into blush. They sent us the 3 different blushes. These are the Super Shock blushes. So I think I might go into this one. It's got a little bit of a bronzy look to it. Tried to keep the complexion more natural looking. Not heavy with foundation or anything like that, so you can still see all my freckles under my eyes are poking through. My beauty mark down here is poking through. A little pimple here. I'm even getting a little pimple up there. I think I have one over here by the side of my nose. So I kept the complexion pretty light, just so we can see the colors and how they perform better on the skin. Plus, I like a light foundation. I don't care for super full coverage unless I'm really trying to hide something. So I'm just going to take this Wet n Wild stippling brush and I'm dipping it into that color, and hopefully it's not too pigmented because boy did I really go in with that. And I'm just going to start right about here and just start stippling that on. Now I did not set my whole face because these are more like powder products, so I tend to use those when comes to setting the perimeter of my face. But I have extremely dry skin too. So a lot of times I don't set it all, because then it just makes my face look even drier and it makes my makeup look more caked up. So a lot of times I won't even set my face, especially in my T-zone where that's the driest. I'll just leave it, and then if it starts looking really bad throughout the day, then I might go in and powder, but that typically rarely ever happens to me. And this color is very pretty. I'm not quite sure I'm liking it with the blush and the eyeshadow together. It kind of looks a little orangey to me. So I'm going to take some of Magic Moon, which is, I accidentally hit it with the cap, sorry. More of a peachy color. Still has a little bit of that bronzy color to it too, but not quite as dark. Let me just mix these two together and see what we get. I like to bring the blush all the way up to the temple. I have a very round face due to some weight problems that I've had over the last year. So anything I can do to make it look thinner and make me look younger, because I'm 43. I'm probably a little too old to be playing with this in the first place, but I couldn't pass it up. I mean, we all grew up with Peter Pan, so... I mean, I grew up with Barbie too, but the Barbie palette collection just did not catch my eye. Saved by the Bell didn't catch my eye, but the packaging on this one is just stunning. I'm a sucker for some really good packaging, so I'll put some on my nose here, make it look like I was actually outside when I haven't been outside in I don't know how long. So the blush, I love the blush. It went on really nice. I cannot complain about that. They are smooth, again, like butter. Very creamy, very easily to build up in pigmentation. I'm just not really into the colors that they gave us. Now, there is another blush. This is called Happy Thoughts. But this one is more of a champagne-y color. And it really reminds me more of a highlighter than a blush. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to use this. I'm going to take two of my fingers, see? And it almost looks exactly like the color that we put on our inner eye, which I don't like either, is that they gave you a Super Shock shadow and a blush that look like they're the exact same color. But I'm going to use this as my highlighter on the top of my brow bone after I wish my hair would curl that way instead of this way. And I'm just going to tap that on there. So not too bad. Can you see that? Let me do the other side. Just right here. Go up a little bit, right where my cheekbone is. I like to use these two fingers because then it kind of blends it out a little bit more, and it doesn't look like a straight line across my cheek. So it's very natural looking. I'm sure you can build this up if you like a more stark, bright highlighter. I like a very natural highlighter, so I'm going to leave it like that, but it does look really beautiful as a highlighter. That's for sure. You know what? I'm going to use this to highlight the rest of my face. Down the nose a little bit. A little bit on the nose. A little bit above here. Now, I am going to tell you that I did have a lot of glitter on my face that I noticed when I was doing my foundation. I don't know if it was from the actual shadow themselves or if it's from the palette, because the palette itself is covered in glitter. There is glitter, gold glitter everywhere. It's on the front and the back. My hands are just absolutely covered in sparkly little glitters. I don't know if you can see them shining. So I don't know if I got it on my face from that or if it was fallout from those. But it's very goldy too. So I think that it's actually from the palette and me touching my face, because if it was any of the other colors like Place Between, I think that it would have been different colored glitter, but it's very goldish. So which it leads me to believe that it came from the actual palette itself. So let's take, we're obviously not going to go in with the green because that's not going to look very nice with the color that we have going here. So I'm going to take the brown eyeliner, and these are not retractable. These are just your plastic pencil-y ones. And I'm going to tight line the top of my eye. And I'm telling you guys right now, I kind of feel like this is not doing anything. But we'll see. Run this on my waterline. Okay, we're not getting a lot of payoff with the pencil. The eyeliner is just very, 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 very blah. That's the only way I can put it. It's not pigmented at all. It definitely does not want to show up on the waterline. So I'm going to use this right on the lash line, on like the outer third here. See if we can get this to show up more. It does have shimmer to it, so if you don't like shimmer eyeliner, this is not going to be for you. Let's see if we can get this to show up here. Yeah, it's not. There's no payoff. Once you've got the shadow down, it's so light and it's not building any color that you can't even hardly see anything at all. So that's going to be a no. I am going to, since it's already shimmery, I'm going to go into Place Between down here again with a flat brush. And see if we can just build this up. I'm not going to freak out about shimmer since the liner itself was shimmery, so it's already shimmered down there. I'm going to try and keep this halfway across my eye, making sure it's the darkest in the third corner out here and then fading inwards as we go. I don't want to drag it all the way over. I just want to keep it the darkest out here. And now I have eyeshadow in my eye. Sorry if that grosses anybody out. I have absolutely no qualms about touching my eyeball. I know it grosses a ton of people out. It doesn't bother me at all though. Maybe it's because I wear glasses. I don't know, but I'm just used to touching my eyes. So I'm going to take a really smaller blending brush and I'm going to go back into Big Magic up here. And I'm going to swirl that in there, tap off the excess, and I'm just going to run that right below that brown liner smudging it out a little bit, and then having a little bit of that color meet from the top of the eye. This way the bottom of the eye is not so stark. Because of my hooded eyes, and I feel like I have very small eyes, if I wear something that's really dark all the way around my eyes, top or bottom, it makes them look a lot smaller to me. But it could just be me. Everybody thinks they look different with different things. So yeah, I'm not super impressed by the eyeliners at all. Next is the two Lippies. So we have Tinkerbell and we have Clap If You Believe. Now, they both almost look like the exact same color. This one looks a little more peachy mauve, and this one looks more nudie tan. So I'll swatch them on the back of my hand for you. Okay, so this one right here is Clap If You Believe. This is a more closer to a nude color. And then we have Tinkerbell, which is more of the pinky mauvey color. I think I'm going to go in with the Clap If You Believe. Now, this did not come with any liners. So I am going to take the lightest color from the E.L.F. Retro Paradise collection. I believe this was the lightest because they don't have shades on them. This was the lightest color that came out of the four. And I'm just going to use this to line my lips. And I'm not going to overline or anything like that. I'm not going anywhere, so... just hanging around the house, so doing a simple look today, nothing fancy. So now we're going to go in with Clap If You Believe. And this has a very interesting doe foot on it. It's very pointy. So you could go in without even using liner and still probably get a precise line on your lips with this. So let's see here. Very nice. Very good precision with that doe foot. I really like that. And this kind of feels like water on your lips right now. And the more I keep rubbing my lips together, the more it starts feeling like a cream lipstick, like a lipstick bullet. It actually feels really nice, and it's very moisturizing because I always have dry lips. So, okay, let me go do my hair and get all finished getting ready, and then I'll come back with all my final thoughts. All right, finished. I put some mascara on, just so you can kind of see my eyelashes a little bit, because I totally forgot. And then I remembered after I turned the camera off, and I've got my hair all done now. So these are my thoughts on the collection. Now, this is my first time ever trying any ColourPop products. I don't have any previous experience with it, so these are going to be my first thoughts on it. And probably buying a collection is not the ideal way of doing a final thought on it, but as far as the collection itself, it is beautiful. I mean, the packaging is completely stunning. I give this a 10 out of 10. It's amazing. And as far as for the shadows themselves, I mean, the colors that I used, we got a very natural look out of it still, which is not over the top, or if you're afraid of color and don't like to try colors, I still got a natural look. But looking at the colors that are in here, it's not going to be very easily to get a natural look out of this palette. This is something that you would gravitate more towards if you really, really, really like a lot of color and do a lot of color on a regular basis. Sorry if I'm blinding you guys. This wouldn't be something I would gravitate towards every day, but we still did get a beautiful, I think, a beautiful look out of it. Very natural. As far as the blushes themselves go, I think they performed beautifully. They went on very nicely. You can build up the pigmentation. They're very soft and creamy. I didn't have any problems with them. Are they my favorite colors? No. I'm not super impressed with the colors, but I do love the performance of them. They performed amazingly. So I can't complain besides my pickiness of color choices. But again, this is a collection. So now the Super Shock shadows, again, performed beautifully. I didn't have any problems with pigmentation. Just using my finger, they're so soft and creamy and buttery. Again, it's just, you know, the color choices might not be something for you, but that's something, you know, you can buy these pieces individually or you can buy the whole collection. The Lippies. I love these. This might be by far my favorite product out of the entire thing. Now, I don't have big, huge, voluptuous lips. I'm never going to. I'm just not one for getting lip fillers or any procedures or anything done to my face or my body in general. But these, my little baby lips, they love them. It is still very creamy, very smooth, just so luxurious on the lips. I cannot brag about these enough. I mean, I am very shocked and love these. Those are a 10 out of 10 with packaging. I love the way the doe foot is on it and with the way they feel. They're just so comfortable on the lips. Now, I hate to say bad things about anything, anyone, but I have to give you my honest to God's truth, and you saw me using the products already. So if I said anything different, we all know it would be a complete and utter lie. The eyeliner pencils. I did not like these at all. I do not know what other kinds of types of eyeliners ColourPop has, because again, you're not getting any payoff on them. I really don't think they're worth it. But those are my final thoughts. This is my first time trying ColourPop. The products that I should try from ColourPop, let me know in the comments down below, because I would love to try more products from them. And I want to know your guys' thoughts and opinions. Have you picked up any of these from this collection specifically? Have you tried it? Did you have the same problems with the eyeliners that I had? Did you not have any problems? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions about the collection in the comments too, because that will help everybody else out and see, you know, if they think it's worth it for them as well. So those are my honest opinion of thoughts on the products, and I am now going to have swatches all over my hands for the rest of the day until I do the dishes. And I'm going to say thank you so much, guys, for watching. And if you are still here and you stayed till the very end, I would really, really, really appreciate it if you gave me a big thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe down below. It's free. You don't have to do anything for it. And if you want, you can hit the notification bell. This way, every time I upload, you'll get notified when I post a video. I plan to post at least 2 to 3 times a week. So again, thank you for spending your time with me. I really love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.